what's up? Hope you're doing good. In this video, I'll be doing a rundown on how I remade the beat behind Dusuma. I'll talk about the key of the song, the tempo, the song structure, the instrumentation that I used, and everything else that I will find worth mentioning. I will, cover it. Now, I have a music production course, and if you're there and you're interested in learning how to produce, I'll have my number in the description so that you can be able to reach me and engage me, and then I will give you a full brief of what the course entails. And it basically entails or covers everything that you need in order to become a producer. If you want this project file, I'll have a link on the description so you can go and download the project file, although it's going to direct you to my Patreon page. So you can go there, become a member of my, become a patron, support the page, and then you'll have access to this project file and, any other project file that I have done a remake of. You'll have access to it, and also in future you'll, have access to, these project files. Okay, with that aside, let's kick off. The key of the song is key A sharp. The tempo is 89. The song structure is 4 bars for the intro, 16 bars for the verse, which is verse 1, 14 bars for chorus. Verse 2 is 24 bars. Chorus 2 is 14 bars also, and then 6 bars for the outro. So that's the song structure. Now I'll start from the very top, and then I will discuss the instrumentations that comprise the intro, and then we'll look at the verse and then the chorus, and we'll follow the chord, or rather the song structure. So the very first instrument here we have, first of all, this is a stab. So I'm going to solo, and then let's hear what this tab is doing. So this tab is basically following the chord, the chord notes. So this is G sharp, then D sharp, and then A sharp note, and then these F notes. And this sound is from Nexus. Here, dance, this category, dance orchestra, and then I use this Tutti Hit 3. So that's the stub. Okay, if you don't have that expansion, you can just look for any other stub or hit. On the drums intro, this is the drum pattern. So I will first solo. So when solo, this is the drum pattern for the intro. Oh no, this is okay, this is not the drums. Here, drums. Here. Okay, here there's a crash here, just a small crash, and then there's this snare, and then we have a cymbal here, short cymbal, and then there's these percussions. So this sounds more like clav. And then we have these shakers, and then there's also this instrument here. This is a reverse crash. So these are the samples that are in the intro drum pattern. The instrument that follows will be this bass. So I'll solo, and then let's listen. So it's a simple bass line which follows also the chord notes. So the first, okay, not the chord notes. Okay, here we have a G sharp, not G sharp but G, and then D sharp, A sharp, F, and these are this is all the chord notes, since the song starts with G minor chord, followed by a D sharp major chord, and then followed by A sharp major chord, and then F chord. I don't did I mention the chord progression? The chord progression is G minor, D major, D sharp major, A sharp major chord, and F major chord. So these are the chord notes. So that's the bass, and on the bass I used modo bass. So modo bass is an external, of course, VST, and it's a good VST for basses, and especially if you're looking for a live bass, I would recommend this VST. So that's modo bass. Okay, the particular sound that I used on the modo bass is this devil bass, and yes, so devil bass, and you know, those notes. And then I have, okay, looks like I wanted to filter out some frequencies, or rather to compress, but this is since it's not activated, I don't need it there. So that modo bass. The instrument that follows is this I believe this is the, okay, first of all let's hear what's so for this sound I tuned a conga sample. So what I did, I first of all loaded a sampler, and then I fed a conga, a normal conga, and I tuned it. So once I tuned the conga, you know, the way you tune an 808, I played the conga so that it could play the same notes as the bass. So if you listen to the song, you'll hear this conga sound, and so this is how I achieved. So I took a conga, added to a sampler, and then I tuned it, and then I played it. You know, I played these notes: G, G3, D sharp 3, A sharp 3, F3 notes. You know, the same notes as the bass. And then now we have these other instruments on the intro. So this is so for that wind instrument, I used a sound from dance leads, and then I preset twice this theme initial one, LD, lead theme initial one. So that's the sound that I used for that wind instrument. So those are the sounds that comprise the intro. So let's hear what they sound when they played all together. Okay, now on the intro, or rather the verse, I'm going to start with the drums. So this is the drum pattern for the verses. So it's the typical drum pattern for, you know, our local pop songs. So here's the kick, and then snare, and then we have here that short cymbal. So that's the drum pattern for the verses, and also it's still the same for the chorus. This other sound, which is the bass. Here is the bass. Okay, the notes are G2, and then we have the D sharp, and then A sharp, and then there's this run here, F, G, A. So that's the bass line, which is also there's this conga, the tuned conga. Believe it's playing the same notes. Let's hear. No. So the conga is playing this this. Let me first of all play. So it's C, D, then A sharp, then D, F, and then A sharp, C3. Anyways, if you want to look at these notes, you can download the project file. The other instrumentation on the verses is this balafon. So let's hear what the balafon is doing. So it's playing the chords, G sharp minor, then D sharp, and then A sharp, and then F. But here I've I believe I used some inversions. So that's the balafon, and then there's this sound here. So it's a pad, as you can hear, and then it's still playing the chord notes. So G, D sharp, A sharp, F, and this sound is from expand, soft pads, deep whisper. So find category soft pads, and then that sound is called deep whisper, this sound here. And here I slowed down the attack, as you can see on your screens. So I've turned this knob to around 3 o'clock, and yeah, that's what I did. The other sound on the verse is this. That's lick. So the sound that I use for that lick is from expand also, and I used a sound from polysynths. So category polysynths, then find a sound called, or a preset called flexopin on the polysynths. And then also attack is at 2 o'clock. You can see I've slowed down the attack. Yeah, so here is also another sound, which I believe is stabs. So let me solo. Yes, it's the stabs. And that sound I used the same dance orchestra tutti hit 3. This is also other sound here. Sounds like a brass pad. This sound I used a sound from expand, bright pads, and then you'll find a sound called basic saw pad. It's basic so pad. This the third preset on that category. And then you can see attack here, it's at 3 o'clock, so it's a very slow attack. And you know, that's the sound. And there's also this transition. Let me solo it. So this particular sound, I used a sound that comes with this do, and it's on category sounds, find synth miscellaneous, this MISC, and then resonant sweep. So that's the sound. And I think I used as is. And those are the sounds those that comprise the verse. So let me play the verse. Okay, that's the verse. The chorus is very similar to the verse on instrumentations. I think the instrumentations that I have covered on the verse are still the same on the chorus. The only maybe new thing here is this transition, which is on the drums. So I'm going to solo, and then we're going to look at this transition here. So this is, you know, toms, as you've heard. Those are just toms, and they are part of the samples that I have in my rack. So in addition to this kick, and then crash, snares, this symbol, there's these toms. So if you look at my drum rack, these samples, these toms here. So those are you know, that's the transition there. So the bass is still, you know, the same modo bass, this conga sound. And then this sound here, which was the sound from Nexus lead, this theme initial one. So those are the sounds that are in the song. Let me see if there's more sounds. So this sound here, let's hear what it's doing. So I think these are transition. Okay, it's just some miscellaneous sounds. Okay, this sound I used here, a sound that comes with these do sounds category, folder, ambient and evolving. And then you'll find a sound called Dissenting Dreams. So that's Dissenting Dreams. Okay, those are the sounds that are, you know, in the song. And now I'm just going to play from start to end so that you can, you know, listen through and hear